Our final story tonight involves the milestone of high school graduation. While receiving a diploma marks young people's transition into the world, oftentimes it's not enough for them to make their mark. Anne-Marie Berger recently sat down with Art McCoy, superintendent of the Jennings School District, to find out what he's doing to prepare his students for success.
Scholar, good to see you, sir. Good to see you. You got a lot of homework already? You guys are just about ready, my scholars.
It's not rare to see the superintendent of the Jennings School District, Dr. Art McCoy, making the rounds at his schools. Knowing his young scholars, his teachers, being accessible to them is important to him.
I call it the leadership by being like wallpaper. And that means to be so present that you're just a natural part of the ecosystem, like wallpaper, enhancing it but not overpowering it. And that's what it's about. That's what it's about.
So if you're looking for McCoy, don't try his office. He's not there very often.
I know you guys will do a great job today. Yes, sir. All right, look forward to seeing you.
By 7 a.m. each morning, he's greeting students, doing classroom visits.
Making sure that the community knows that we as adults have control of these streets. So I'm walking our biggest streets, most busiest streets, letting them know that you're safe, you're secure, and we're going to continue the excellence that was in school, out of school as you walk home.
Jennings is located in North St. Louis County, just on the border of the city of St. Louis. The district has over 3,000 K-12 students across 9 schools. McCoy took over the top post in 2016 after the district had seen significant improvement in graduation rates and was considered a national model in school transformation.
Good morning, Mr. V. Good morning.
Following the first week of school, I sat down with McCoy to talk about his students, teachers, and his commitment to taking Jennings even further. But it's the start of the school year.
Yes, it is.
How is it? What's the vibe?
It's been amazing. The first thing is that the students came to school with a mind to learn. And you know, you can't create that, you can't force that. That's something that happens by creating an atmosphere of love and acceptance and embracing students and having enrichment during the summer. And they came hungry.
Really?
They really did.
Really?
I kid you not. But students came, over 90%. On the first day of school, at every school, we had 200 community leaders in the front of every school giving kids high fives, saying that you're walking in your purpose as they walked into the school on the first day of school.
What kind of district are you? What's your demographic? Who attends Jennings?
So Jennings School District has 98% African American student population. 100% of our students receive free lunch or free meals. We do breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We have also 100% graduation population and 100% career and college placement, though. So we don't let those demographics define us.
Well, you just sort of dropped in some big numbers there,
yes,
like it was no big deal. You threw in a couple 100% in there.
Yes, yes.
So you're telling me that you have a 100% graduation rate?
Yes, we do. We have the highest in the region, 100% graduation rate and 100% career or college placement rate. So even after they graduate, we're not into social promotion. They graduate with a job and with admissions to college. But we ask our students to make a plan, their own life pathway, so that they know who they are, where they're going, and what they want to do. And that's key to
Okay, so let me back this up to that 100% again.
Sure, sure. Mm-hmm.
In 2014, now correct me if I'm wrong, in 2014, this school district didn't have accreditation, correct?
We were provisionally accredited in 2014, so that means on the brink of losing accreditation, but under accredited, yes, that's correct.
3 years later, you have a 100% graduation rate?
Yes, yes. So from a lot of hard work of our staff members, our principals, our Board of Education with governance leadership, this district has made a complete turnaround. But it takes tireless work. I mean, I see teachers.
Because that's an understatement, you know, a turnaround. I mean,
it's a true transformation, literally.
The best school districts in the state don't have a 100% graduation
That's
rate.
true. That's very true. We have exceeded all, and we're number one right now.
These are kids that some of them are coming from poverty. They have issues at home. They might live in traumatic situations. For a lot of kids, they aren't successful academically because of what's happening at home. And these kids are.
You know, I love my children so much that I never speak about them in those terms, but I can speak to you about myself in those terms because I was born and raised in Jennings. And so I had one father who dropped out of high school and was a drug user, heroin user, and my mother who was in church but legally blind after she had me. And of course, we were on food stamps and we were on free reduced lunch. And the bottom line is it was the loving community that wrapped their arms around us to say, and around me to say, you are more than what you just see in this little space. You can be whatever you put your mind to. Do more, be more, because I see greatness in you, and don't let us down. And I know that that's what's present for our students because of the caring teachers and principals and leaders that they are surrounded with that say, no, you cannot fail, not on our watch. So we're more than teachers, we're more than counselors and principals and secretaries. We're in place of parents, we're parents. And I view myself as the chief educational father of all the students. But then the other key is our students, again, and they give more than they get. They say, hey, you know, there's nothing we can't do, so why can't we go visit an Ivy League school, Dr. McCoy? And I say, hey, not only can we, but we will. Let's make it happen. And so now that's how we're going to Harvard in this October. But also I committed to 5 college visits myself, and then our college counselors committed to 5 as well.
So you take kids yourself?
That's right, because the superintendent of schools is the chief officer that has the most responsibility but also influence. Therefore, I use that influence to have college presidents know that we are on campus and we're special. We are well equipped, well prepared, and we are well able to be in your school. So we let them know that we're coming, and they often pay for it. They roll out the red carpet, and we've had corporations contribute over $2 million to Jennings School District to have like the total system have what we need to have students be exposed to what's outside of our 5-mile radius.
Yeah, so let me ask you about your corporate partners. You know, through our tour today, you mentioned, oh, this is from Express Scripts, this is Worldwide Technologies.
Yes.
Without corporate involvement and corporate partnership,
Yes.
where would you be? How important is it that they interact?
Without that support, we literally would have had a $500,000 deficit to last year's budget. We would have not had more than 2 college visits.
Right, so that's just to the budget, not to enhancements.
That's right. So, I mean, I'm talking deficits. But with $2 million worth of corporate dollars, we had a significant surplus.
All right, 3 fingers, and let's try the same thing down in 3rd position.
We have 7th graders learning.
With that surplus, the district has funded, among other things, AP classes, college visits, professional conferences for students, academic clubs, and a digital animation class. But McCoy explains the investment from corporate and community partners goes beyond financial. Jennings students are connected to mentors and internships. Let's talk about career readiness, because in today's world, having a 100% graduation rate is key. It's very important. But today, walking away with your diploma and saying, I'm ready for the rest of my life, isn't really a reality for young people. There has to be a plan. There has to be some sort of, whether college, which isn't necessarily for everybody, but some sort of skill, some sort of career path. So you've got 2 things that you're emphasizing is having that diploma, graduating from high school, but then what?
Yes, so I can't emphasize this enough. We have commitment banners in the district and in the building where students sign their name to a sheet that says, I'm committed to graduating on time. We have a standing poster in our cafeteria where a student can stand in it and put their headshot in and says, I'm a proud graduate of this coming class. And we say, this is you. You can do it. We will help you through it. Do not let anything stop you, because if you don't graduate, then there's another system in America that's prepared to take you. And we're very honest with our students. The penal system is created and prepared to have, as it currently does, over 70% of the inmates are without a high school diploma. And so we empower our students with that knowledge to say, you're a jail cell closer because you're staying on grade level, you're staying on track to graduate. So that's the social justice responsibility, especially for an African American community, to be jail cell closers. And that starts in kindergarten or even 3rd grade. We tell students in 3rd grade.
So you have to speak that strongly and directly to 3rd graders.
Well, that's just the honesty. That's empowering them towards being social justice change agents as a 3rd grader. So
that's the reality of where we are.
And that's the reality of the world that we live in right now. But then, to your point, it's not just about graduation. We want you to get a career pathway started in high school. So we focused on industry recognized credentials, IRCs, and we offer about 7 IRCs to students that they can get.
This career planning and engagement isn't just talk for McCoy. He knows it's effective. He's lived it. He began earning college credit as a junior in high school, and at the age of 19, he received his teaching certification, becoming the youngest certified teacher in the state of Missouri.
And that's the path that we have over 60 students doing right now, where I have students that have 42 college credit hours and they're just turned 17 years of age and they're just starting their senior year. It's that accelerated path. And then if you stick with it, you're 2 years or more ahead. And so that is our Jennings college prep program, and our Jennings STEAM career prep program is where you're a year or two ahead towards an industry recognized credential.
You'd mentioned that the Jennings School District is 98% African American,
Yes.
with families of lower income students. How are you specifically addressing like racial disparities within your district, discipline issues, and you've got 100% graduation rate, so obviously you're doing something.
So Jennings School District is one of the first trauma-informed school districts. We are the only district in the state of Missouri that has 2 school health-based clinics to give every student in the school district health care, vision care, eye care, dental care, as well as mental health and behavioral therapy sessions for the student as well as the parent at no cost to them. So first, being trauma responsive is essential, knowing the needs of our students and our staff, and then moving forward to say, we'll take care of these social emotional needs, we have you covered, now you have to do your job educationally. Part 2, we're taking care of the social justice needs by making sure we give students voice. So we empower, enlighten, and engage students. Those are our 3 E's. We empower them to say what they mean and what they want and what they need. We started social justice groups. We had students march from here to the police department, but not only march to empower them to say what they want to say, but then we engaged them, and the students led this, to partner with the police department to have a PAL program called the Police Athletic League.
The students
initiated
this?
the
They wanted to
partnership.
have a better relationship?
They wanted to have a better relationship.
Have you seen kids' attitudes change towards law enforcement?
Absolutely. It's been an amazing partnership.
You know what I find interesting in talking to you is that you have framed everything in the positive.
Yes.
Everything.
Yes.
If I try to say something, well, there might be a challenge here, you spin my words back to what's possible.
Yes. That's exactly right. There's not a moment to allow the negativity to drain the passion. So we're on a path for excellence, and any negative, you have to eat it up and look in the mirror and say, how can I improve and how can I help us as a system get better? So you have to be honest, but at the same time, the positivity is what makes things possible, and it breeds more passion. And so this world that we're in is a tough place, and there's so much negativity that we see every day. My goal is to be the cause and effect to a higher degree of positivity and passion and purposeful living than they may have ever seen before. That's a personal mission of mine. The other piece is, our children come with serious issues. They have serious issues in their community space, in their family space, and so we know this. And so now the question is, what are we going to do about it?
You're making school the positive space.
That's exactly right.